Near collisions between planes on airport runways are rare, but when they happen, they catch major attention. Today, the National Transportation Safety Board is holding a hearing on one last year in Texas where a FedEx cargo plane nearly collided with a Southwest passenger plane. But this comes only days after another near collision at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. So how does something like this even happen? And what needs to happen to protect passengers and crews on board those planes? Correspondent Evan Lambert is live in Washington with what we're learning. Evan.
Nick, the NTSB today reminding Americans that any one such event could become tragedy. They're also urgently calling on the FAA to adjust technology, increase technology on runways that would prevent these near collisions, which we've only seen surge in these last couple of years. The NTSB just wrapping up a meeting today where they went over their final findings of a staggering incident in Austin, Texas. It was involving two planes, one that almost landed on another one on a runway there in February 2023. There's a new animation that they have out showing the moment a FedEx plane almost landed on top of a Southwest Airlines plane that had been cleared for takeoff. At one point, the planes were just 150 feet away from each other. That could have spelled catastrophe for 131 souls on board, but the FedEx plane was able to abort its landing and no one was hurt. The likely cause appearing to be the air traffic controller not being able to see where that Southwest plane was on the runway because of foggy conditions and a lack of training. But that is not the only one of these near misses. In fiscal year 2024, there were 971 runway incursions. That's up 6% from the 919 in 2023. Also in February of last year, a corporate jet took off without permission at Boston Logan Airport. A picture from the cockpit of the JetBlue flight coming into land shows just how close they were to each other. It was able to avoid a crash. And at Houston's Hobby Airport, two private jets struck each other when a pilot thought he had been cleared for takeoff, but was told to wait. Instead, you can see the damage to one of those planes. I talked to the NTSB Chair Jennifer Hamady asking about her agency's recommendations when it comes to adding that runway technology. Take a listen. I wanted to drill in on the technology piece of it. Is that happening fast enough to prevent another such near collision?
No, it is not happening fast enough. In this case, and I understand, the FAA says that after the safety forum, they began moving more technology, and certainly as a result of some of our calls and the increase in incursions, but it only takes one. And in this case, we saw, I referenced this tombstone mentality of not acting until catastrophe occurs, and we have Austin, which didn't have technology in place.
And so far in 2024, there have been at least 7 of these runway incursions. I want to note that the FAA bill that just recently passed Congress does have funding for additional technology at airports across the country. So that is something that is coming. But as you just heard from the NTSB chair, in her estimation, not quickly enough.
Evan, before you go, quick question. Are we getting any understanding of what's causing these dangerous incidents to happen in the first place?
Yeah, so in many of these cases, experts are citing fatigue and distractions, either from the air traffic controllers or the pilots. So that's really one of the themes in many of these incidents, according to officials at the NTSB. Nick.
Evan Lambert, live for us in Washington, D.C. Evan, thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.